My name is Sarah and this is Sunny, and we are here to give you an introduction to your new pottery kit. First and foremost, thank you for purchasing this kit. I'm excited for you to learn something new and experiment. During this video, I will explain the contents of the kit, how to set up your workspace, and review the five ways to utilize your kit that is inside the box. What you'll see in the kit are 3 pieces of clay. These are fairly large pieces of clay and they guarantee you at least 3 projects. How to make more than 3 projects with this clay is to make sure that anytime you're not using the clay or working with it, you put it back into a bag and you keep it sealed so it doesn't dry out. If your clay does get dried out, it's always reusable, and never throw your clay away. There is a video on my YouTube channel called The Stages of Greenware, and that video explains how to rework your clay and the different ways or forms you may see your clay in as you begin your projects. You'll see a towel that's in your kit. This towel is a barrier between the surface you're working on and your clay. It's a fairly large towel if you want to cut it in half, to use half as your barrier and half to wipe your hands with. That's totally fine. I recommend washing this towel every so often as it gets built up with clay and dries out. It'll help prevent dust if you wash it and start fresh. You'll also see a bundle of tools. This is your rolling pin, paint brushes, and you'll have a carving tool and a pokey tool. Each video in the series on my YouTube channel explains how each tool will be used for each project. So make sure that you watch those videos. There is no order of video. Each video teaches a new technique that you can use during hand building. So once you understand the technique, you can create a project, whatever project comes out of your mind, whatever you want to create. It's the techniques that you're really paying attention to on those YouTube videos. They are labeled pinch pot, carving, and coil, and slab. Sorry, I missed one. So there's 4 hand building techniques, and to demonstrate the technique, there is a project that goes with it, but you are able to be creative and explore different projects. You see a sponge in your box as well, and the sponge will be used to both working with your projects and then also as a tool to clean up your workspace. You see 3 main colors of glazes, and you'll see 3 detail colors of glazes. So you have 6 colors total. They are labeled on the outside of your kit. That helps show you which colors they are. They don't necessarily look like that before they're fired. The last video that you'll want to watch on my YouTube channel is the glazing video, and that one is going to explain how to glaze your projects. The one thing that's not in this kit that you will need is a small water cup. You just need a small amount of water, but you will use water when working with your pottery, and it can be anything that holds water. Now that you have your workspace set up, the kit is designed for you to be able to set your workspace up and then put it all back in the box when you're not working with them. I recommend putting your finished pieces out in the open air to dry, and then to maybe put them in a shoe box and wrap them with paper. That's a good way to transport them to your firing location. Now I want to explain the 5 ways to utilize this kit, which does include firing details, and it's important that you understand how this process is going to work. And step 1 is following the YouTube videos. You're here, you're watching. Congratulations, you met step 1. Step 2 is talking about the kit includes 3 projects. You can make many more projects depending on size and how well you keep your clay usable. Like I said, don't throw any clay away. You can always rework it. Watch the greenware video. Number 3, it says bone dry, and this is important because after your project is finished, it needs to dry completely. The term is called bone dry. That means there's no moisture left in it. A good way to tell if your piece is bone dry is if it's cool to the touch. There may be moisture in it. It could take a week to 2 weeks to dry a project completely, depending on the size and density of your project. But before you're able to either glaze your project or fire it, it has to be bone dry. And then that brings me to number 4, which is bisque firing. Depending on your firing location, the person firing it for you may require a bisque fire, or they may not require a bisque fire. It's important that you contact the firing location prior to glazing your projects. The reason for the bisque fire is, 1, it becomes less breakable so that when you're glazing it, you can feel confident that you won't break your project or get it too wet with the glaze to where it may collapse. The other reason is that a bisque fire eliminates the fear of explosion in the kiln due to moisture or an air pocket. Your projects, if they are still wet when you fire them, they will crack and explode even. Or if you leave an air pocket in your project without a hole for the air to escape, it will explode in the kiln. It will still explode during a bisque fire, but it's not glazed yet. Therefore, the risk of damaging the kiln or other projects near your project is less. If the project's glazed and it explodes, it can damage other pieces because the shards will actually stick to other projects or stick to your kiln or your kiln shelves. So that's why you would require a bisque fire. You can glaze your pieces before the bisque fire. It depends on who you're working with. Number 5 is firing details. If you are local, my name is listed down here with the firing details. There is also another location listed in Spokane with firing details. Like I said, contact them before you glaze to check up on what those details are. If you are not local or near me, you can contact me. My email is listed down here. That's probably the best way to contact me. I can help set you up with a location through research. And if you are near me and I am listed, please contact me either way. I'm confident I can find somebody near you that is willing to fire your projects. There's pottery people all over the place. You just have to seek them out sometimes. But either way, I may have included the appropriate firing locations for you. If I did not, please contact me. I'm here to help you and guide you through this process. I know I just explained a great deal of information. Rewatch the video if you need to. Contact me if you need to. I'm very excited for you to start something new. Experiment. Please know that this is something new. It is an experiment. Things may break. Things may not turn out the way you want them to. You learn every time, and that's part of the process, and that's part of the message I'm trying to promote is Don't be afraid to fail and keep learning and growing. And I'm excited for you to make pottery and have fun. Thank you again. I hope to hear from you soon.